Greetings and salutations, my fellow Illumineers. It is me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another stream. The LCCC continues with more round number 1 action, and we have another action-packed matchup coming your guys' way, but I am not alone. With me, I have my good friend and ever-talented and super great Illumineer. Color is Long. What's up, Color? How you feeling?
Hey, I'm good. I'm feeling good. I wonder, did we didn't unmute, right? We did? We did?
We have unmuted. I hope.
So
why would you even say? Why would you even say that? Okay,
because you said it at the very end. You were like, "Man, I hope I hit unmute," and I was like, "What if he didn't?"
Oh, come on, Color. Come on. You know this could be hard. This is hard out here. But the Color first, I want to say thank you for coming by and sharing your voice for the LCCC. It's always very nice to share a commentary booth with you. But have you been watching most of these LCCC matches? And what are your thoughts so far on the LCC this time around?
I'm really excited about these deck lists because I know that they're allowed to tweak them, right? We're allowed to change some stuff and kind of go forward. And I know that was something that we were all really excited about last time, but now we get to see that. And so we'll be able to watch the meta shape with these Illumineers and kind of continue on as the tournament progresses. And I think I'm extremely excited about that.
I love it because, as you know, these matches do kind of have a nice they resonate widely with the community, and they have a great impact on what that metagame can be like, because these are some of the greatest and best players that we have in our game. Some players that you may know. There are a lot of great names out there of Illumineers that you can have seen win these tournaments and get these golden Mickeys, but there are also some great players that you may not know. So this is a great time to kind of discover some great players, and we're going to do that today because there is a great player that we're going to be covering today, Color, that a lot of people may not necessarily know about. And if you want, we can go ahead and start jumping in and getting to know these players right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's go for it. Because again, we have all of these players, and now we have Angelina, winner of a Lorcana Open at Malamo, which was 250 players, I'm pretty sure.
Insane.
And that was definitely during set 8. And I know that the semifinals was against a World Class Cards member, Rob, and then it was a mirror. Ended up taking down the semifinals and then taking the entire thing as well. And top 128 at DLC Lil, and then top 16 Quest Tour 1. So a very accomplished Illumineer. And I'm very excited. I know that they played Emerald Amethyst in the Malamo Open and ended up taking it down with that.
And that is really cool coming in. I know she came in to replace Artibax, who was not able to compete. And I'm glad that she is dedicating some of her time. And I'm glad that we're getting a chance to know who she is, because I think it's very important to get to know new players in the community, as well as very high level competitive female players, because I know that there are some great women players out there, but they may not get the opportunities that I would personally like women players to get. But I'm glad that she's here really representing not only herself, not only her region, but also other women players can probably see what Angelina is doing and how great of a player she is, and maybe they can also get out there and chop it up, because I know we have some phenomenal women players in our game, to include yourself, Color. I think I got you up there very high in the
I top 16 something one time, and that was about it. I didn't take down I didn't take down a whole tournament. I haven't been able to do that yet, but this is it's really awesome. And I know that when she won that in Malamo, I think she had been playing the deck for about 2 weeks, and she was a Ruby Sapphire player before that, and then decided to pick up Emerald Amethyst, and just 2 weeks into it decided to just take down an entire tournament, which I think is really, really cool. So that does speak to how well of a player she is and how good of a grasp that she has on the game, that she can kind of go from Ruby Sapphire, then 2 weeks pick up Emerald Amethyst and take it down. So I'm very excited to see what deck that she's brought today.
Absolutely. And we're going to be finding out here very soon, because the players are loaded up. So I don't want to show the deck list too soon, just in case the players might be watching the stream right now and giving them some kind of leg up. So I don't want to show the decks right now, but we will get those decks before the game starts, so you guys can have an idea of what these Illuminators have cooked up for this event today. But Angelina will not be playing alone. She will be playing against
This is not solitaire.
This is not solitaire. She has an uphill climb, but a long way down to get there. I don't know how to say. What am I going for, Cole? I don't know what I'm saying here.
A long way to the top. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
There you go. There you go. But she is playing against probably one of the most impressive stories that I can remember in Disney Lorcana the whole time that I've been playing. And she's going to be playing against the Wonder Kid himself. Aiden has joined the ranks and is a new challenger approaches, new to the LCCC. I mean, coming out and really representing himself very well in DLCM Milwaukee, being the youngest Illuminator ever to win a golden Mickey. He had it, and I remember being there, Color. You were there. Everyone that was there. The only way that I can describe that experience was just a magical situation. Seeing Aiden take down the current and reigning Disney Lorcana World Champion DKP in that top 16 match to move on to the top 8 and get that golden Mickey, I think was a straight inspiration to everyone. There's definitely something that could be taken away from that, and I think that had like a Disney movie kind of feel to it. And it was just a very important moment for our game. But Killer, tell me something about this Aiden Illuminator, and what do you know about them, and what do you expect to see from them in this event?
I think that, so everybody's like, oh, we saw the video of Aiden, and especially when that video where he stands up and his parents kind of hug him, and kind of like realizing like all of this magical moments and everything. But one of the moments that really stands out is I was actually standing there with Kimberly Ann. So her and I were standing there. It's when everybody concluded our rounds of Swiss on day 2. And I don't know, it was so loud, and everybody was walking around like, how'd you do? Like, how do you, like, and this is before actual standings were live. And I looked down, and there's this child standing in front of Kim and I, and you saw his photo. I mean, he's bright and smiley, giant blue eyes and everything. And I'm like, oh, hi. And he's like, I'm Exen too. I think I'm getting a Simba. And Kim and I were like, bro, you're going to Continentals. Like, you've done it. And he was like, well, no, breakers and everything. And I was like, well, okay, did you win early or did you win late? And he goes, and I was like, did you lose early or did you lose late? And he goes, well, and I was like, did you lose today or yesterday? He's like, oh, I lost like earlier yesterday afternoon. I was like, and you haven't lost since? And he's like, no. I'm like, you're going to Continentals. And he's like,
incredible.
I gotta, maybe with the breakers, it's very, very humble. But I mean, just see how excited he was about the Simba. And I was like, you did the whole thing. You did the whole thing. You did what like 2,000 people in this room wanted to do, and you did it. So that's incredible. And then for him to hear that he go on and like the Mickey and in top 8 and everything was just an awesome story. And being able to see his parents there, like that was another thing too, is like as a parent, I'm like talking to this kid and I'm like, oh my God, like you're like, you did, I get excited when my daughter puts her laundry in the basket by herself. You know what I mean? Like and that's why as a media, I was like, where are your parents? Did they get to see? Did they what? And he's like, yeah, they've been here the whole time. I'm like, like, you know what I mean?
It's incredible. And to even going further than that, and to go even further than that, like I went to a tournament in Arkansas last a couple weeks ago, Sharp Gaming. I was coming back and I was talking to one of the stewardesses, one of the ladies behind the flight desk, and this is in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I'm at, and I had my Disney gear on as I often do, and then just to break the ice with people and talk to people. They see my Disney shirt, they see my Disney shoes, they see my Disney hat, and they're like, "Oh, are you going to Disney World?" I'm like, "No, I'm playing Disney Lorcana. It's a trading card game." And this is in rural Fort Smith, Arkansas. Some lady, she's like, "Oh, that's that game with the little kid who just won this thing." And I'm like, "How?" So it like literally it got so big that it was just beyond our entire game and just like infiltrated the entire world with this story. So it was a really insane timeline, and I was so glad that I had the opportunity to at least just be in the building when that kind of thing went down, because people will tell this story for the next 50 to 60 years, I believe, because it's just such an impactful thing for our game. So taking nothing away from him, I think a lot of people, when they see young children, especially someone as young as he is, they always assume, oh, he got lucky, or the deck they're playing, it kind of carried him, or whatever. But every single report that I've read about this young Illuminator is that they are extremely talented at this game, and they really dominate their region. I believe they swim in the St. Louis waters over there, and they're constantly winning set championships, and they're constantly taking people down, and they're constantly just really being that big shark. Every local area has that big shark, that person that shows up, and you're like, oh man, I can't believe that
Yeah,
person's
like,
here.
well, I'm
Oh,
not
I guess
winning today.
I'm
Yeah.
not winning today because this person's here. Oh, I drove 30 minutes to get away from you, and you show up, and that's the shark.
Yep.
Aiden is that. He's the person that you don't want to see in those areas, man. So it's just one of those things that I'm glad that those kind of things happen, and it really just inspires me to become a better player and inspires the next generation of great Illuminaires. And I think he's going to wear that mantle very, very well, and he's going to be out here representing himself today in this event. Thanks to his parents. His parents are here as well. They will be in the room, so I know we don't want to make sure his parents are cool with him being here. We didn't just abduct the child. Right? Get in here, little kid, and start playing.
Play this game. I know, like I said, when at the tournament, like in the DLC, I was basically like, oh my god, like, where are your parents? And he's like, they're right there. I'm like, oh, okay. So like that was another thing too. Is like sometimes you're like, oh, the parents will be at a table and then the kid's playing here. But I mean, at some point, right at the DLC, you're like, wait, where is my son? What table is he at? Hold on, I concede. I'm done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hold up. I'm like, do I stand by this line, or can I cut his deck for him? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm such a helicopter parent. I have no idea how his parents are like managing this insanity. Like,
I don't know.
Really,
I mean,
really cool.
he's clearly cut from a different cloth.
I know.
And they are. I mean, obviously, if you see as a parent myself, you're a parent as well. If my kids are demonstrating like a mastery at such a young level, I think as a parent, you have to follow it through. You have to, if they're demonstrating a love and they're really talented at something at such a young age, you have to follow it through, and you have to support them. You have to get them to these events. You have to, let them see where this can go, because I do believe that this has a finality somewhere, and it can really take him places. And he's already achieved that by achieving one of the greatest, most prestigious honors this game has already had at such a young age. So you have to see it through, and you have to push him, and you have to let him find his way in this thing. So I really commend them for that, and really sacrificing their time to make sure he gets to these events, make sure he's getting the right cards, make sure he's getting the time not only to study for his education, but also put the reps in to be a great player in this game. And I can't thank them enough too for what they have done. But taking nothing away, Angelina, I think she can come out here. I mean, kid, no kid, whatever. This is the LCCC, and you got to represent your region, and you got to get out here and take them down.
Yeah, we're not pulling punches.
No.
And again, I know that I was like watching back, because I was like, oh, I wanted to see, of course, like I'm from NA, and I have the deficit on EU stuff, but I know that Kim and Kawa and especially and everybody, they casted the Malamo thing. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to go and look up Angelina's matches and kind of see, what this Lumineer is about. And it was really, really cool, because I think her partner worked with Kim and I think maybe Kawa, or maybe it was Spessy, to cast the finals, because he's also a Lorcana player as well. And so it was kind of really, really neat. It was a really awesome moment to see that, like, she's sitting there in the finals, like at the final table, and her boyfriend is like in the booth, like as her biggest cheerleader, like with awesome. Kim and Spessy, and like and like I was talking to Kim about it. I was like, what was that moment like? You're literally like sitting there with like one of her closest people in her lives, and then she just wins, like, and she was like, the moment was in.
Hello? Did I lose you? Uh-oh. Hold up. Mayday. Color. I think Color's having some technical issues. We're going to get her back in here in just a moment. We have lost Color's law temporarily. Okay, this is a temporary loss, and I think we're just having some internet issues, as I can see her spawning back in right now.
Let me check my stuff.
Are we back?
I'll be back. I don't know, but these are really great screenshots.
There we go.
That I hope
she's back. Let's go. Color is back. Not only is Color's law, but Color has returned.
All right, so internet is cool.
Shout out to that Florida.
I got too excited. There's too much love in the moment, and I got too excited. My inner went, you need to calm down. And I'm like, you will not silence me. But anyway, yes. No, it was a really cool moment. And hearing it from Kim's perspective, being in the booth and being, in that kind of big moment. So we were talking about like making magic happen and everything. And I think that was another, just like a really magical thing to happen is, I think it was Spessy was like, go ahead, talking to her boyfriend, like, go ahead and introduce yourself and how you ended up in the booth today. And he was like, well, I wanted to be a part of her moment, so I asked. And Spessy's like, and we said yes. Like, you know what I mean? So another cool moment.
Yeah, I mean it's stuff like that. I think, and that's another reason why I really enjoy this game, because I think the family aspect that we have in
Yeah.
Disney Lorcana, I think it is very important. But we just got the green light, so we are going to go ahead and show you guys the deck list from the Illumineers while we're still getting some technical stuff set up behind the scenes. You guys are not missing any action. We're just going through all the cameras and stuff and getting it all rolling. But while we do that, we can go ahead and show you guys the deck list. Step number one, I'm going to show you guys Angelina's deck. So here is Angelina's build right here, playing that purple, steel, amethyst, steel. A lot of people have rated this deck very high, maybe S tier, A tier level threat in our current game right now. In this meta game, it is a solid pick. I think a lot of people are really leaning on the consistency of this deck, and the power level of this deck is just almost unmatched. So, Color, have you had the opportunity to play some Amethyst Steel this set or see some Amethyst Steel, and what do you think about it? And what do you think about the composition that Angelina has here for us today?
I have not played this deck because again, this is a deck that's like, oh, if you want to play a good deck, play a good deck. And I don't play good decks. I play bad decks.
Gotcha.
So
Fair.
this one was like, oh, it's not interesting to me because I know how consistent it is and I know how well it does. And looking at the composition of the deck, I like the one Demona. I do. I kind of like that inclusion because she's not always applicable, but man, when she is, it is a powerhouse of a card. The Cheshire Cat, there's only two of them, but it depends, what you're thinking about in your matchup. So I like this. I like that there's a lot of different tools. We're really leaning heavily on the new Lexington, which I think is a great card at being a 4/4 like that. Having a Bell in there is kind of like splitting the difference, but saying like, I still like Bell and I know Cheshire Cat is really good, but let's just kind of like split the difference between the two of them and have that in there. The Fast Flyer gives you a little bit of more reach as far as lore gain goes. So this is I really like the way this deck looks. I like the numbers.
I would concur with you mightily. I think she brought it. Like you said, I know she's been playing a lot of, you said Emerald and Amethyst. That color, that deck can kind of play slightly different than this deck, but I still think this deck is super rock solid. I like the way she built it. It's built, you can tell, more aggressive. You have those Tinkerbells, you have those Timothy Q Miles, but you also have some challenging capabilities with this Madam Mim, Tiny Adversary, and the Cheshire Cat. The deck seems super consistent, and it's going to do exactly what you designed it to do, Color,
Oh,
but
God, I'm so
Aiden.
excited.
Aiden now, he is known to be an aggro player, but I understand that this Illuminator can metagame as well and does not only play aggro, they play all sorts of things, whatever the best deck is for that meta. And Aiden's going to be loaded up a little bit of a Ruby Amethyst. It's back, Color as law. I know that's got to make you happy, as I know you are a Ruby Amethyst stan in your former life, but Aiden's built this thing to absolutely cook. We have the Hercules in there, which is a card that I think is rising in popularity. You have the Headless Horseman, which is another card I think is rising in popularity. You have that super chunky 3/3 Quest for 2 Diablo in there. You have the Palace Guard. This deck looks awesome. It looks like it can play to the curve very well and also have some top end with these Maleficent Dragons. You're also able to draw some cards. I think this deck is also rock solid. Color, what do you think about it? Is Ruby Amethyst back?
Oh, I have, yeah, no, it's back. I love this deck so much. And this has been like kind of, it's not like a secret, but I have been sitting on this secret for weeks now because I am so excited about this deck because this and the Hercules, that card, I love that card. I have two in my deck right now and I've been considering going to three. And now that I see Aiden has three in his deck, I'm like, cool, three it is. Let's load it up. We're going. I like the Maleficent Dragons because, again, in this meta, if you do play into Sapphire, congratulations, you've ramped me into my Maleficent Dragon, and now I just get to slam Dragonfire at you and leave down this giant body. So I do love that. The Demonas are really, really good, and Headless Horseman is a card. Oh, that card makes me so happy, especially with Lumiere. It's all good things. Like, this deck makes me really happy. I do see that the Junior Woodchuck Guide is in here. I'm not necessarily playing that, but again, hey, draw cards. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when in doubt, draw cards.
And that's the card I revealed, man. I'm glad to see it out here getting into some meta relevance. I know I speculated that this card could be a meta breaking kind of card or meta playable card, but seeing that the young Illumineer Aiden is using it, that might be an indicator that I need to, buy more stock in my Junior Woodchuck guidebook. But I think the deck is absolutely rock solid. I think the player is rock solid, and I think these players are actually getting ready to go. So color is law. I think it might be time we can make a very quick prediction and tell me what you think about it. You guys out there in TV land watching at home, you all can tell me what you think about it. Here are the two deck lists side by side. Who do you think is going to win and why? Cole, I know you love doing this. It's your favorite part. I know you love doing this.
Yeah, no, I hate doing this part, but at this point, it's like Aiden took down the world champion, but Angelina had to take down two world's competitors to get where she was. So I mean, they're both made out of some steel here. So I am gonna pick Ruby Amethyst. I'm not picking a person. I'm
Let's
sorry.
do it.
God, I can't. I can't.
I love
I'm
it. I love it. And
oh.
I'm NA you through and through. I think the youngster Aiden is going to pull this thing out and get it done today. Sorry, Angelina. I love you. I want to get to know you more, but you got to go down just because of the regional bias. But seriously, thank you both for playing. And let's keep in mind that we're not only playing for fun, we're not only playing for prestige, we're not only playing for our regional pride, but we're playing for a great cause as well. As $5,000 will be donated to charity, to the winner of this tournament, to the charity of their choice. Aiden is going to be playing for the American Brain Tumor Association, while Angelina is playing for the endometriosis fund in Germany, or a research for that critical women's disease in Germany. So we're playing for pride, prestige, but also a great cause. So I think it's going to be a win-win-win-win all around, and I am super excited for it. The players are ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Color, are you ready? Oh, people are ready. Sorry.
I'm ready.
I'm too ready.
I am absolutely ready. I have my screen up. We're looking at it. It all looks good. Okay, cool.
All right. And it is time. So let's get it. Let's go ahead and get those judges rocking. Let me fix the screen a little bit. So Color, you got to do your thing for a second while I get this thing kind of set up, and then we can be ready to start.
All right. Yeah, we're looking at it, and I have the screen. And so, yeah, we're just ready to see who we're going to cut. What do you guys chat? Are you a 3-2-1 or a 1-2-3, or do you like to get a little spicy with your cuts? I usually just say whatever comes to mind. I know it's not, so we are going to go with the 3, the 1, and the 2 over on Angelina's side. So, and then 3, 1, and 2. Yeah, just do the same thing. Normally, that's basically if you wanna cheat against me, just tell me to cut my deck exactly how you told me. Yeah, just like because I'm just gonna copy you. Honestly, I'm like, please, I just want to play the game. Don't make me make decisions. But here we are.
Here we are indeed. And I didn't see who won the dice roll. I think they're going for the dice roll right now.
Yep. So
we got 6. Aiden rocking and rolling with that patent pending Tinkerbell mat, as we have the Angela with her own penguin TSR mat. Maybe she is TSR penguin. I know all the TSR members are based off of a different animal. Maybe she is the penguin of the team.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. As Aiden now rocking and rolling, got a pretty good thing we have an alter phase in this game, because you have to ship some of those cards back. But the curve is all right though.
Look at how I like how he's doing that. He's like, get rid of. Wait, he's keeping all those. I would assume he's keeping those.
That's got to be the keep pile.
The rest. Yeah, because he kept the genie and he kept the And we're like, we don't need that other genie. All right, I like how he did that. That's a clean way of doing that. Just kind of flipping the ones that he wants and then sending those back.
And I'm trying to tell you, Color, I have had the opportunity to watch this young man play, and he doesn't hitch. There's no missed movement. There's no like long, deep tank moments. He is just super confident and just puts the cards on the table and gets them moving. Like, he knows exactly where he's trying to be. God. And it is just so impressive to see. Like, he plays well beyond his years. And I think it's an absolute marvel to see what this young man can do. So Angelina has to understand.
Altar. My gosh. I don't mean to interrupt you, but oh my God. I was like, okay, so he's like, okay, 2 Lumieres, then the Sisu, and then the Dumbo, into the Genie, into the Elsa. What more could you ask for?
The curve is tight, but you're going to play a curve deck versus the best curve deck probably in the history of the entire game, as Amethyst Steel, if you're trying to get into this curve match. But what this Amethyst and Ruby deck can do, Ruby Amethyst, they've kind of changed their identity a little bit going into this set. A lot of people are ranking this deck very high on their own personal tier list and things that they're seeing in their testing, because this deck can also play to the curve very consistently. And if you're trying to board fight, you're probably going to come up short, because this deck has a lot of high willpower characters, a lot of characters that can challenge very well, and then you have that very powerful Lumiere. That's a card that I think is going to be a nice meta breaker, as he can just increase the strength of all of your characters and then really just turn them all into different types of powerhouses. So very interesting build. I like to see that he brought this deck to this tournament.
Yeah, and we see that we're going to go ahead and ink a Palace Guard, and we're going to play a Palace Guard. So we're getting ready. Oh, poor Angelina has like 2 centimeters of board space right here, and her board couldn't handle it, so it gave up for a second. And it's back. There, we're good. Oh, dear.
And she's almost playing in like the 3rd dimension a little bit. I like how it's on a plane. I like the plane of gravity there that she's playing on.
I think it's probably laptop stuff going on, but yeah.
I like it. I like it. As we are going to go Palace Guard for Palace Guard. So we're really trying to check down that really powerful one cost character. That 1/4 willpower is stronger now than it's been in a while, especially with players electing not to use cards like Fire the Cannons and Hypnotic Strength and all those kind of things that could just target and vanish these characters. They just don't happen anymore. As the Calhoun is going to come on through on 2 and be able to ensure Palace Guard can quest freely for 1.
Absolutely. Yeah, Palace Guard can quest freely for 1. And now if Aiden does turn that Palace Guard sideways, we get a Palace Guard and a Calhoun chomp to get him into the inkwell. However, we are going to go ahead and potentially ink our second Lumiere and then throw down the other one. And now it's a 2/4, so it bites back a little bit harder. Again, with the Calhoun having resist +1, it's not as scary, but hey, we're going to get some big stuff on there with that Sisu next turn.
Yeah, and that's going to kind of really force Angelina to kind of really start to reduce the size of that hand a little bit as we get that Hades looking for a deal down to the inkwell early. Tinkerbell now evasive character out on 3, so the curve is building. Unfortunately for Angelina, you don't have access to that strength of rating fire just yet. Wait a minute, that Tinkerbell has just came in, so we're going to have to keep that bad girl ready just for a time. Calhoun could freely quest though, but I don't know if I like that trade. Calhoun for the potential Palace Guard. No, you can't get the Palace Guard because we got rid of the of the other Lumiere.
Yeah, we could have. Yeah, I was going to say we could have gone ahead and quested that Calhoun, but at the same time, with the Lumiere on board and so sitting around, let's play it safe as we watch the Sisu come down. I can't remember which Sisu this is. She's the emboldened warrior. Nope. She's the empowered sibling. Nope. She's
I think that's right. Empowered sibling. No, emboldened warrior. Emboldened warrior is right.
Okay. All right.
I think you got
87 Sisus, and they're all burned into our brains. But now she's back. She's Ruby, and she does say you get +1 strength for each card in your opponent's hand. So right now she is a 5/4.
And I was actually wrong. It's actually the emboldened warrior. You're right. So
okay.
It's
We
something.
got there.
It's just got to be E's too. It's a lot of E's in the Sisu. We just need to be a different letter, in that adjective or whatnot. As we are going to continue to complete that curve, looking for that strength of raging fire to complete the prophecy, or maybe even one of those thunderbolts to help take down this Sisu. But we don't have it. We do have another evasive threat in the name of Genie, and currently, Aiden does not possess an answer to these evasive characters, and they can start to freely quest here again. Tinkerbell threatening 2, Genie threatening another 2, but you have a ton of evasive characters in your hand, and maybe if you can get those established with that Lumiere, you can start to fight back.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's another thing that's going to be really, really good. We do see all of the evasive characters in his hand, and another evasive character with our Vanellope coming through. So we are going to be able to fight back in the skies. So that's going to be really, really good for us. And then is somebody mowing the lawn?
Oh yeah, I do have a lawn mowing situation going on outside right now. So please just ignore that color. Just don't pretend like we're not seeing the lawn situation happening.
I just want to make sure I wasn't having some kind of like episode. You know what I mean? So just
that's my microphone. Maybe I could turn this microphone down a little bit so we don't capture all the different grass cutting. He's literally like at my window for some reason. I'm like, dude, get in your yard. I'll cut my yard. You cut your yard. But anywho, we are going to elect to put that Vanellope into the inkwell just to send up this Genie. So you do have some evasive response right now, especially with that Elsa coming in the next turn. But you really got to start to accelerate as Angelina is pressuring the lore now. All the way at 5. We have Genie, Calhoun, and Tinkerbell. Now we have the Dumbino is going to come on through. Dumbo, Ninth Wonder of the Universe. Great card last set. It's kind of falling out of favor a little bit, but still phenomenal Lorcana card.
Absolutely. And if you don't have an answer, it's again how it was last time. If you don't have an answer for Dumbo, then you're about to be in trouble. But at this point now, we can opt to quest because we do not have the additional ink. Or no, we do. Did we pay the one? I guess okay. No. So we inked Dumbo, paid with Dumbo, then used our ability to then draw 1 and gain 1 from the ability as well. So that did take us away from a lore, but at the same time, we're drawing cards and making that Sisu bigger all the while. But we do see that Aiden does have the Lumiere and he has 2 Elsas. It's going to be able to kind of exert and then crash in immediately, getting rid of that Dumbo before it becomes a huge problem.
And there she is. The Elsa is going to come on through and be able to exert that Dumbo. So now with that Lumiere, like you said, Colors, you can take down the Dumbo, and you can also take down the Belle in one turn using that Genie. You can then turn around and take down the Palace Guard, and you could potentially still have a board left. So Aiden's going to use this turn to really do some board maintenance here, taking down those evasive characters. Are we going to keep that Sisu going? So this is a powerful decision coming in from the young Illumineer. What are you going to do with that Sisu?
Oh, throwing it into that palace guard.
For sure, I like the trade, as that will be another hardy +1 in this scenario.
Absolutely. And I mean, we will be able to have the Calhoun come back at it, but then again, that kind of clears that situation. And we're kind of sitting in a situation too. We know that she has Belle in her deck, and we know that there is also a Cheshire Cat available to us. So leaving damage on things isn't usually as fun in this meta as it has before in the past, because now we have our Belle and our Cheshire Cat options to come on in and start moving and doing shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we do see in Angelina's hand, we do have a Cobra, which is going to get us 2 lore more, and hopefully we draw some cards that are a little less poopy. Okay, well, that fast flyer might help.
And fast flyer could continue to help you in these evasive wars, but Aiden's board is starting to get super rugged. And if you can find your own Cheshire Cat coming in from the Ruby Amethyst player to really start sending some damage over to Angelina's side, because that's definitely a card that Aiden does have access to, and he could very well be playing as well. So she has to be super cognizant of that, not getting to your Strength of Raging Fire. And I was talking about how consistent this deck is. It looks so different when they're not playing Strength at the optimal times, but you still got to fight through it, as we are forced to ink this giant Cobra here, maybe trying to reduce our hand small enough to make this Sisu trade a little bit more favorable with the Calhoun.
Absolutely. That sounds like a good plan to me. Going ahead and throwing down several things, getting our hand completely empty. And now that Sisu is just a 1 strength. So we can go ahead.
He's still a 2 because of
the Lumiere. Look at that. Yeah. That candle getting in there and being the most fiery of friends, making that a little bit, but that still only means that the Calhoun will take 1 damage back. So Correct. We're still sitting around with a healthy Calhoun. Healthy-ish Calhoun. Yeah, she's fine. She'll be fine.
I do love that play from Angelina, making that recognition, understanding that the Cobra would be great to have and getting that lore, but just increasing, trying to maintain this board position might be of a better use. Keep in mind that Calhoun should have 1 damage. Just making sure that that they know that. I'm just gonna send them. Oh, they got it solved. They got it sorted. We got the best judges here. Shout out to John. Shout out to Phil. Shout out to Ellie. I believe they are some of the judges we have, and all the other judges that I may have missed for the LCCC. It's always very important that you guys play a vital role in this entire tournament, and we really appreciate you guys being here. So we have now this is still a pretty cumbersome spot, man, as you have now extinguished all the cards in your hand, and you understand Aiden still has access to 3, and if this Dumbo can start rocking here to really start adding some more cards while clearing the board as well, this could be a problematic situation, as the Genie Wars continue, because you got Madame Mim over there. Oh my goodness, what a crazy what a game.
Oh no, another Lumiere. Oh my goodness. Now these are the biggest people ever. But are we doing that? I don't know. That seems a little excessive, but we could just go ahead and play. No, are we going to ink? I don't know. I want to get that Madame Mim out of here, but that's just me. So this is actually a really interesting turn. I think getting the Madame Mim off the board to get some of that challenging power out of the way. Oh no, we're going to get the lore because we're at 11. See, this is why Aiden is. Yeah, that's another thing too.
Yeah, because you could go after the Madame Mim and then get another plus on that Genie, and then come after that fast flyer a little bit later potentially. But this is a tough spot because, like you said, that lore pressure from that fast flyer could just be what you don't want to deal with. As we are going to go ahead and get through the Genie as well. Because he doesn't have Challenger. Oh, never mind. It's Challenger, not plus like Lumiere. Oh my goodness.
So that's kind of the downside. Yeah, that's the downside between the two. Is now you're basically cracking back after a Madame Mim is on the board is fine because it is a Challenger, and Lumiere is just a static. So that's why you're kind of sitting around with all this damage. But again, now we see that that Aiden's characters are pretty banged up. So if we get any Cheshire Cat or Belle off the top, we're gonna be start doing work. And Calhoun is not gonna be as good as some of the other things. But we are sitting at 11. So if we can just be a little bit patient here, I potentially pass, and maybe next turn let's draw into a Genie. Let's draw into some of our card draw to kind of get our resources going. But unfortunately, that means that Aiden is going to be able to then throw down his Dumbo and get that Genie and Elsa drawing some cards.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. As this is a low resource situation, a lot of people always mention turning the corner, turning the corner. When you're on the draw, there's got to be a critical, decisive moment where you are now in the driver's seat. And I think you're getting to that point with Aiden. If you can establish this Dumbo here, draw a couple cards, you can really, really, really start to drive a wedge in this resource situation. As right now, Angela is rubbing hands together, top decking, or you can flood this board, get these double Diablos in play, questing for 2.
I'm drawing cards every day, all day. You can't stop me. I'm going to go ahead and make some records and break some history. And I don't know if I said it right, but I make sure I always say it incorrectly just to mess you up. That's my favorite thing in this game.
I love it.
But yeah, so we did go ahead and use that ability to pay 1, gain 1, draw 1, and we got a Palace guard, and we're going to go ahead and quest for 2. I like that. I mean, we could have been really, really greedy, but we would have been -1 lore in that situation. And at this point, with Angelina at 11 and you at 5, it's like we gotta make it up at some point, you know. So
yeah. You gotta start trying. You do have to start trying to win as well. As these Diablos, they might look bad right here in this situation, I think they're looking pretty good. I think next turn, if you go just double Diablo here and just really start to put that lore pressure in, that could be a very good maneuver for you. As the Madam Mim, there is going to be a little bit of a punish, as you could have dispatched that tiny adversary a little bit sooner, but now she's back at it again, clearing your Dumbo, and there is the Junior Woodchuck guidebook.
Draw cards, draw cards, draw cards. I'm so excited. So we are going to go ahead and play the Junior Woodchuck guidebook and pop that thing to draw 2 cards immediately to see what we get. And that is the heart and soul of a RuAm with this player is draw cards. Are we greedy enough to do it again? Or are we going to play... Oh, do it again. Oh, no, we're going to play the double Diablo. Okay, that was the responsible thing to do. Sure. That was a responsible thing to do. Is get the 3/3 on there with the 2 lore. So that is representing 4 more lore as we just... Oh, wow. Okay. I love Ruby Amethyst. I'm so sorry, everybody.
And we can go ahead and clear off the Elsa now using the Elsa. I believe the Genie is also going to engage in fisticuffs there.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead
and I did that Genie quest, or did he go on no, Genie quested. So Elsa was enough to take down the Elsa, as the Lexington is going to come on through. Lexington is another one of my cards that I absolutely love this set, coming in with that 4/4 with that new keyword of alert. I think he is just screaming in, ready to get loose. But in this situation, how good can his Lexington actually be? Actually quite good. You can clear the Genie and the Elsa.
I was like, that's actually a really, really good card other than card draw. But we do get another Junior Woodchuck guidebook. And let me tell you, I actually have some foils of this card laying around, and we are just going to throw right into our Ruby Amethyst list because, oh, there he is. There's the Headless Horseman.
Oh my goodness.
The Mim. Oh, no, it's going to go. So basically, the Headless Horseman comes down, and I'll just ignore it because we're going to probably go ahead and do we have enough ink to just throw that? Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, we're tossing them out there, and there goes the Madam Mim. And these Diablos are looking ready to quest, but you really have to be careful with that Screeching Lexington and not getting plus too hard. So let's see how, and he will get a strength boost as well. Not that matters in that situation, but we're running the race.
Gets a +1. So yeah, it's kind of like, oh, we lost Brawl, but they put Brawl on a body and then decided, hey, when Brawl comes down, what if all of your characters got a little bit more powerful? And again, like you said, it's not really going to matter for this turn because we just turned them all sideways and got to 16 because these Diablos as a 2, like Diablo's better than Smee. I mean, he's uninkable, but I mean, look at what is that?
That is a 3.
Is that a Lexington?
It might be a Lexington, or it's a Batman logo there. As we do top deck actual Batman here in this situation, it looks like
Batman couldn't even save us. No.
And that is not going to be able to get it done, as Angelina will fall here in this spot, going down to the young Illumineer Aiden in game number 1. And now she understands what you're up against. These are not open deck lists, but now you know what you know. And I think you're just going to need your deck to just do what you designed it to do. If you had a Strength of Raging Fire somewhere there on that curve, I think you'd be feeling a lot better about it. But we're going to pull the deck list back up here again, Color. What do you think about this matchup? Did it go the way that you thought it would go?
again, I am so biased for Ruby Amethyst. Like I'm not even voting for Aiden. I'm voting for Ruby Amethyst because I am in a whirl. I'm just like elated. Also, I'm upset because I think I need another horseman and like a couple other cards. And now what Aiden's doing in front of all of these people, I'm like, no, I haven't finished my deck yet. Don't do this. So, oh, rip. But anyway, no, I think that it's kind of what you mentioned. Angelina didn't find that strength of a raging fire, and I think that makes a really big difference because she did curve out perfectly. She had that fast flyer on 3 that was there and ready and active to sing any song that she needed to be able to sing, and unfortunately it didn't come. There's no removal, and that allowed Aiden all of this space to be able to just kind of flood the board and then come in with their evasives on later turns and start to clean up her board. And again, we saw the power of the Lumiere versus the Madame Mim Skater, where the little tiny adversary area is just a challenger boost and not a static boost. And so when you crack back against a board that has a Lumiere on it, it hurts a little bit more.
Yeah.
So
and yeah, that set up some very favorable trades on the crackback there. When my Elsa swinging for 3, and I know those Genie Wars are something that people have studied. I'm sure there's some players in this community that can write a doctor of thesis or whatever on just the evasive wars and Genie Wars in general, with just how to approach those types of situations. But Lumiere adding that one goes so far in these evasive battles. Being able to clear a Dumbo with an Elsa, being able to clear a Genie with a being able to clear a Dumbo with a Genie, or just adding that one little point just goes so much further, and it's just a far superior than the Madame Tiny Adversary, just for the reasons that you said, because a lot of that is going to be dependent on the crackback, and getting crackback for 2 when you're sitting in 3, it just never is going to work out for the Madame Mim in that situation. But what does Angelina need to do? How can she combat what the youngster Aiden did to her this time?
Thankfully, she's on the draw this time, so hopefully we understand that,
She's back. She should be back on the play again.
Oh, right. Sorry, I meant Aiden. We, as in all of the spirit of Ruby Amethyst, is on the draw.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so again, I am having he's got the. Oh,
We're back.
What happened to it?
There it is.
Okay, there it is. The championship. No, get back here. I'm trying to talk about you, the Maleficent Dragon. So the championship.
That's probably why it's in the
Dragon.
deck, just to flex on them, just to have the Maleficent Dragon out here early. But Angelina, I'd love to know what those Batman proxies are. Is it Lexington?
It's Lexington. I'm pretty
Get
sure
out
it's
of town.
Lexington. Yeah,
that's so funny.
I saw they were talking about it earlier in chat. It's like, wait till you see her proxies of Lexington. And I'm pretty sure, which is hilarious because like Gargoyle, Batman, and the logo, and then it's even the same color. Like shout out to the artist. You know what I mean?
That's pretty nice.
What is up with these Diablos, man? It's like this murder, or what? No, it's an unkindness of ravens.
Unkindness of ravens,
yeah. They're out and about, and they are just. He threw 3 last game.
I think I might have to go back and rewatch Sleeping Beauty again and see how much of an impact the Diablo character played in that film.
None. All he does
is he's getting some broken cards. Like they are giving him some busted cards in this game. Like
he doesn't do anything. We watched it the other day, and like he doesn't. He's just kind of like, and then he just like she'll like.
How is he getting so many broken cards? Like who's the Diablo lover up there in the headquarters? I have no idea. Somebody loves them some Diablo.
He's just a snitch.
he's getting some. I can't like all the Diablo cards are just always so good.
There's a lot of Diablos in this game right now. We got 2 Diablos on Angelina's side, and then 3 Diablos on
the fact that we have more playable Diablos than we do like Flounder is kind of wild to me. Like Flounder had an impact. Flounder was a sidekick guy, but he had an impact, Color. He was trying and doing things and had lines and everything. He was a part of the movie.
I know, but Diablo's like,
Diablo's like a throwaway guy. He's not doing anything. Okay, I'll stop my Diablo hatred, but absolutely insane card. And this is something that Ruby has been missing for a very long time. Having something to do in the early game has not been a part of Ruby's identity since the beginning. Like being able to have some aggressive options, a 2-quester, and something that his Color has just been really, really craving, as we are going to go for that Tinkerbell on 3 here, or Tinkerbell 3 costs 1 willpower. I love it, man. A good choice.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more scary into steel, but we know at this point we didn't really see a ton of removal last set, and it's not like you're gonna dump truck me. Please don't dump truck me. So this Tinkerbell should be okay, as we do see the Timothy Mouse come down. So I think Angelina probably accurately thinking like, hey, we need to go a little bit faster this time, maybe we're going to be able to sing that Strength of a Raging Fire on 3 with that Lexington, our Batman Lexington, and maybe disrupt the board a little bit to get our game plan to be where we need it to. And then, of course, on 4, we can follow up with our Genie to draw a little bit more cards to refill our hand. So I'm really liking the way that her situation, I like what you're doing with the place. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, it's
yeah.
looking good.
And you weren't able to quest with that Palace Guard. Typically, he gains like 2 or 3 lore, but you had to really respect a Lumiere to come down and trade that Palace Guard to throw off your Strength of Raging Fire number. So I like the decision of putting that Tinkerbell down on 1, as we are going to continue to stack up that curve. 1, 2, 3. You have your very powerful and potent Strength of Raging Fire Singer set up. You have the strength of your hand. Also, you have the Genie as well. So you can get after a 4 willpower character coming into your next turn and really set the youngster Aiden back a turn or 2, and you can continue to quest. But the issue is Timothy Q. Miles does not quest for 2 if there's no evasive character. Lexington only has alert. He has wings. He's got wings.
He's got wings. Notably, gargoyles cannot fly. They can only glide. So,
which is wild. I'm calling cap on that. After rewatching Gargoyles, them things are definitely flying. As we are going to ink the Elsa and just continue to flood the board a little bit. So you are trying to. I like that play too, coming in
Unhinged.
from Aiden, just really
Absolutely
trying to get more characters into the play, playing into the Strength of Raging Fire or out of the Strength of Raging Fire. If you zap the Diablo, well, I got another one, and I'll be okay.
Yeah, that is a lot of power on the board, and you have a total of 3 ink. And again, like kind of what you're saying, Ruby Amethyst is not used to being able to do this. You know, with like, oh, Daisy on 1, I've lost the game, and now you're like,
right?
Wait a minute, hold up, we've got options. Look at us go! And notably, all of those are new cards. So, I mean, Ruby Amethyst is looking a little different. And kind of like what you were saying, we do throw the Genie down. We're going to draw a card. It is another Genie. That's great for us, but we do have this ability to sing the Strength of a Raging Fire. And it's like, cool, what do I want to sing Strength of a Raging Fire on your stupid 2-drop? Like, okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it even worth singing? Like, is there a world where you would just not even sing it, and you will go ahead and sing it now? Probably have to take one of these Diablos off the board. You are taking 2 lore off the board, but that still doesn't feel good. You much rather hit Aiden's Genie or hit Aiden's Dumbo or hit the Headless Horseman or something like that instead of going after the Diablo. But I guess you do what you must do. Timothy Miles now, notably only he's questing for 2 now because you had that evasive Genie up.
Synergies, we're doing it. And then we're just going to go ahead and send that Palace Guard sideways, because why not? I mean, notably the Tinkerbells are 3/1, so if you do start cracking in, you're only going to be able to do it at least once. And again, with Timothy Mouse being a 1/4, Lexington's a 4/4, and so we are going to go ahead and throw our own Dumbo, in which case we already saw that Angelina used that Strength of a Raging Fire on that Diablo, so it kind of paved the way for a safe Dumbo play on 4.
I like it. Hold on, let me update the scores. I think got the scores all messed up. Sorry, just bear with me for the briefest moment. I was too lit over here doing some other things as we get that set up. Sorry for you guys watching at home, but the score is 3-0 right now, as Angelina is still on the play. If you're just joining us, this is the LCCC. Round number 1 is going on. We had an earlier round today. Go check that out. It's going to be on Myers Madness on his Twitch and on his YouTube. It was a great match. I encourage everyone to go back and watch that one. But this is going to be the last match of the day for the LCCC in round number 1. We have Aiden versus Angelina right here. Angelina representing EU, Aiden representing North America. The young phenom out here getting loose and active, as we are going to go ahead and get rid of that Dumbo before he can do maximum damage to us. And now we're free and clear to quest again. Big quest.
Yeah, definitely. And I see chats over there. I'm like, I know that Dumbo wasn't safe. We know that Dumbo wasn't safe because Angelina had an Elsa, but Aiden didn't know that Dumbo wasn't safe, because you know what? Do they always have it? And they have it. And oh dear, we are going to have to go ahead and ink our only Demona. But now things are going to happen. We're about to do stuff and things. So we're going to go ahead and pop that Genie, get rid of that 2 strength Genie, and that goes ahead and +1s everything. So now Tinkerbell and Diablo have 4 strength. So we're going to go ahead and throw that into probably our Palace Guard, take that little guy out. And now the Palace Guards go down, and that pumps up the rest of them. So now Diablo is a 5/2, and so is Tinkerbell. And so we're going to go ahead and probably take out the Lexington, I would think. Yeah, absolutely. And now Palace Guard.
That's so good. Oh my goodness, that's good.
It
That is
is
so good. Oh my goodness,
Headless
that's so
Horseman is
good,
yes. See,
dude.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. Headless Horseman is
Oh my
bananas.
goodness, dude. Horseman. I can't believe I thought this card was bad. I've lost my mind, dude.
And now
What was
Diablo's
wrong with me?
a 6-3
Until the
till the
start
end
of
of
your next
turn.
turn? For how
No,
long?
no,
Oh,
just
to end
end
of
of
turn.
turn.
Okay, I
End
was
of
about to
turn.
say.
But at the same time, pass my turn with a 6/3 2-drop. What? I mean, Sleepy
Actually
Harrow.
insane.
He's the terror of Sleepy Hollow, and he is a great card. And we're just gonna keep drawing genies though. So
I
and
mean,
a
you have
dock.
another one, and
Woohoo!
you don't have another evasive threat. So this is actually the ideal situation for Angelina now, who has the ability to go for the dock.
Wow.
Maybe you can just take some time to draw some more cards right here before you go. Or you're inking the dock, inking the
Oh yeah,
Dumbo.
ink the Dumbo. Go ahead, play the dock, and then see what we get off the top. Because at this point, we gotta. Well, that'll be good. That's a special tool that we'll use for later. For lore, if we can just draw 2 more cards to discard. So, yeah, lore is how we win this game. And being at 8, that looks pretty good.
I agree mightily. We have another headless horseman coming in, and I
Eh.
think it gets to the point where Aiden needs to start trying to find some of those refill options of your own. Genie does represent a card draw, but here it
Absolutely, but
is. Headless horseman number 2 is going to come on through and get
mm-hmm,
loose onto the Elsa while being able to quest for 2 in the process. Yo, this card is
mm-hmm.
kind of rock solid, man. He's growing
Dude,
on
I
me
love
major.
this card. I love this card so much. And actually, Zenulus opened an enchanted Headless Horseman, and I was like, yo, dibs. Anyway, so I'm so excited. And so this card does come in. Notably, he does not have evasive, and he is a 4/2. So we're going to be able to crack back pretty easily to get rid of this Headless Horseman because we can't let this continue because
Yeah.
now this stacks. So with 2 Headless Horsemen on the board, when you banish a character on the other side, now everything's getting +2. So you don't even need Lumiere because you've just built your own. And we are going to go ahead, play the Cobra, pitch a Cobra. Okay, I see what we're doing. We drew a strength return. That's pretty good. All right, I like the way Angelina is going right now. It's looking
Yeah.
good.
And just try, and now
Bonk.
you can strength and get rid of that headless horseman, the ready one, and then if you want you can trade into the non exerted one. It will go card for card, but now you're going to go with a 1 versus 2, and you're going 2 for
Mm-hmm.
2. Now you're back to equal card advantage, and that's an interesting situation. I think you got to do it. You got to make those kind of decisions, as you are going to get a free and clear quest in with this doc. Angelina now fully committed to legging this thing out and trying to run it to the finish line. And let's see if the youngster Aiden can catch up. And this is a great card to kind of start doing that. It's Genie is going to come on through, and now that's going to give you another +1.
So now this is an interesting decision. Like, do we hold on to the Vanellope just to get another evasive character kind of on the board and see what's happening? Did we draw another Cobra?
We
Or is
did.
that
So
just
that's
that's
the
insane. That's insane.
so
All right, so now we're going to see what we're going to do this turn. So we got a lot of exert. Now, this is a very interesting turn. We could go ahead and play the Elsa and probably go and get rid of that Cobra with that 2 strength and everything. And then we still do have the Vanellope available to us. We could ink it, we could not. Unfortunately, the Demona seems like a very, very good card here. But what it's going to do is it's going to draw me 3 cards, and then it's going to let our opponent draw up to 3 cards as well. So
yeah, I think that Demona is a very dangerous game
yep.
That Aiden probably does not want to play. And we're just going to take the opportunity now to clear the dock, just representing that 1 lore. I think at this point in the game, when you see 1 giant Cobra, you know those Cobras swim in packs. And you just got to go ahead and start taking them down when you can. As I think just getting every little incremental piece of lore off the board is super important. So I don't hate the play at all coming in from the youngster Aiden. But now we have our own Elsa now from Angelina's point of view. So you could take another Cobra Gambit, but that Elsa seems high impact, high volume card. You don't want to just toss that thing by the wayside either to gain that 2 lore. It might be worth it though. I don't know, man. These are the tight spots.
I was like, we're at 13, so I don't know if I would do it, but at the same time, I think Angelina's deciding that it is worth it. Just go ahead and put that 4/4 on the board. And again, I mean, Elsa's coming in and exerting something, but we're already the problem. We're already being dealt with, so we're not trying to exert and control anything. And this is a little bit of a punish, but at the same time, he's still going to have to throw both into the Cobra, and they won't survive the Cobra either. So if you're going to take out your 1 Cobra with your Genie and your Elsa, again, being at 16, you got to do it, though. You
And you
got it.
really
We're gonna
can't
ink
even
it.
you can't
Oh
even deploy this
no,
Demona. We're gonna
we
send the
can.
Demona.
I gotta
That's
see
a
what we gotta do. We gotta draw the
yeah.
cards and see if my deck can bail me out because we are in trouble. Oh, Hercules, I love the card, but I don't think
That's
he's gonna help us here.
yeah. That is. I think that is a bold maneuver. I think you have to do it. But now you just gave the Amethyst and Steel player
Oh,
3 more
Doc!
fresh cards to use. And one of those is Doc Bold Knight, and this is looking all aces for Angelina
Oh
this time,
gosh.
as you're going to need a miracle here for Aiden to pull this thing off from this scenario. Seeing that Captain Hook, maybe if you can get to another Demona. I think you're playing multiple copies of Demona. If you go another Demona next turn, maybe that could be good enough. But I just think right now with that Pete as well, you have the Doc, you can flood your entire hand again and draw some more cards. And I think that might just get it done for Angelina this time. But
Yeah, I'm inking
still a
that
long.
Pete,
Yeah,
but yeah, I was like, I'm inking that Pete
for
all
sure.
day because, but again, Angelina doesn't really know this list that well, but I don't think there are a ton of actions, so I'm inking that Pete all day and playing it the other way around because I think that 4/4 is going to be a little bit more. But this way, it's playing it safe. Like what? Like I don't know what's in your deck. You might
Yeah,
have anything, and at this point, now you can't do anything at all. So I'm just gonna flood the board, play the Pete, draw with the Doc, and pass my turn.
there you go.
And
Get my quest in and just put game on board
yep,
right now and kick it over
absolutely.
to Aiden, who needs an exert ability off the top. Another Demona, another Elsa, and you just don't have it. And we are going to be going to a game number 3. So Angelina came
Ooh.
out and was
Mhm.
able to demonstrate what this strategy is trying to do a little bit better. You saw how much of an impact that Strength of Raging Fire can have in this deck and in this matchup. And she was able
Absolutely.
to find it on curve there and was able to really cement her advantage and really drove it on to the finish line there. But for the first time, the youngster Aiden is going to have a chance to be on the play, and let's see what this deck can do when it's going first.
This deck can zoom, but at the same time, yeah, we definitely saw that again. And Aiden did pull out, a kind of an interesting line where he was like double Tink, double Diablo, and Angelina navigated that perfectly. It was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and use the strength and make sure that we're getting out of like this kind of situation. Even though you've presented a little bit of a sticky board, I'm just gonna go ahead. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling and keep moving. So the watching these two Lumineers kind of navigate this situation, especially like it might be in a situation I'm not sure. I'm assuming that Aiden brought a deck that Angelina's just kind of like, oh, what are you doing over there? Like what's happening? So
Mm-hmm.
so being able to kind of go in real time and be like, all right, this is what I need to be doing, and this is how I can get around these situations, and playing around Lumiere and understanding, being able to understand that and just kind of like adapt the game plan. And so this is a really good matchup, and I'm so excited for game 3. I love
Yeah.
game 3.
I
I
like
love it.
I personally will always root for game number 3, and I think
Mm-hmm.
the word you might have been looking for is nuance. Okay, there was a lot of small little.
Ah,
There it is. See, we worked.
yeah.
I'm kidding. I just thought that. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe you weren't thinking. I don't know. But I'm serious though. But there
Yeah.
were
I
a
was like,
lot of
you be
like
my thesaurus. Thank
a,
you.
a lot of small like micro decisions that you could tell they were thinking about in certain situations, like even putting the Tinkerbell down versus the Palace Guard on 1 to be able to help fight back for the board. I think that was a small micro decision that a lot of people might think, oh, that's just an innocuous, who cares kind of thing, but it came up quite huge. And that Headless Horseman, now if I'm Angelina, I'm really watching out for the Headless Horseman. You got to really be careful when you exert your characters, because if that guy can do what he did last time, but this time on the play, it could be demise for you. As here we go, game number 3, the LCCC is underway. I love this tournament
It's back.
series so much, and I'm glad that it's back, and I'm glad we're getting a chance to see some new faces. We got double set championship
Oh,
Maleficent in the deck.
yeah, I mean, him being a multiple set champ winner, and he's on the play. Are you keeping the ink? Oh no, we're shipping
Yeah.
6. Get rid of it. I'm not seeing what I need, and it's gone. And Angelina over here with our 1, 2, 3 strength. Oh, do we keep a doc? Oh, I love this. Just kind of being like, don't do it. You
Oh.
don't keep the doc, but man, you always think about it. What about you? I'm always like, do I? I've
Color,
got him.
I've seen you keep Doc more times than I care to admit, and every time I see you keep this Doc, I'm like, Color, please just send the Doc, because you know what's going to happen. Even though Angelina, I believe, is only playing 3 copies of the Doc Bold Knight, you're going to draw another one, and you're going to feel.
Draw another one.
Me too. I always get punished. I kept it a few times and it worked out a few times, but more often than not, I'm going to be drawing that second Doc, and I'm going to be directly in Shambletown, population us. That's
She
it.
shipped it, and look what she drew. So, I mean, expert professional plays on that. The restraint is amazing because, again, you shipped it and then you drew uninkables. So, at this point, like, that is a great hand. I am really, really happy about that hand if I am Angelina, because I'm just going to ink the Pete, keep zooming, keep throwing things down, and get to that dock and continue to flood the board because on the draw, I'm in pain. Then again, you got to play the Pete so he can sing the strength. So this is why
For
I got to
sure.
play this game, man. I swear.
It's completely rewarded. But like I said, Angelina, she does have what I mean, and a lot of people get kind of frustrated when they play against Amethyst Steel, myself included, because I'm like, how do they have it every single time? Like they have it every time. You guys get it every time. Like you don't miss any chances, huh? You're always gonna get it. How?
I mean,
Well, that's
because
just what
you
the deck does, man.
alter like a professional and you send your docs back and you don't get punished because the universe rewards good behavior. I guess I don't know. This is me keeping like 2 docs in my opening hand. I'm like, what happened? No, I'm just kidding. So, but again, yeah, why does this happen to me? And it's like the meme where like you're riding the bike and he sticks the stick in the wheel or whatever, like in the front wheel, and you're like, check it. Like, yeah, absolutely. Me all
Oh,
day.
thank you so much. I will update the score. So it is 1-1. I do apologize for that, and it should be 0-0. We're going into the game number 3 of the LCCC. We're still in round number 1. We have Aiden versus Angelina, and both Illumineers start with a quality 1-cost character, Diablo being checked down by the Palace Guard. Now going into our 2-cost play, it looks like it's the Dumbino gearing up to go down to the Inkwell.
No, you got to keep the character on board because we're going to send that, and that's kind of like we know that we're just going to go fast. We're going to curve out. We're going to sing strength. So all of these characters are just basically going to be banished at some point, and that Junior Woodchuck guidebook is going to be so slow, and we're trying to get to Hercules because let me tell you about Hercules. Old boy says when he's exerted, your other heroes do not take damage unless challenged. So Sisu, notably, hero can smash in as many times as she wants, and she just doesn't take damage. So it forces your opponent to crack back in situations where they don't want to.
Yeah, that Hercules is another card that's absolutely grown on me. I remember when this card first got revealed, or when we did our own legendary tier list here on the channel, and I was just like, I don't think this card's that good. I thought they missed an opportunity. Uninkable. Why? I was hating on Hercules, but now I'm gonna have to eat all kind of crow because this card is actually super impactful, especially when you can have a card that can exert on that next turn after he's dry. So you have Elsa coming through as a straight.
What has happened with the 3 docs? Not like this.
Oh, did we?
The universe.
What happened?
Tried to tell the universe that she did the right thing. She threw back the dock in the altar and she decided to draw all 3 that are in the deck list. And I think that we should just start over. I think we should just shuffle up. We need to start over.
That is so insanely unfortunate coming in from Angelina, as she is holding on 3 of Doc the Bold Knight on the draw. So at some point you're going to have to play these docs, and that is just brutality. So maybe you can do a 4-turn play where you just go double Doc. And then, like, so Pete now, but you have no ink color.
You have to
She's
ink.
got no ink.
I know.
Oh,
you have to
no.
ink the Pete. Eat the Pete. I promise you it's inking the Pete because, unfortunately, you're going to have to sing with the genie on turn 4. Or next turn, you're going to have to ink the Strength of a Raging Fire because, no. That's like playing a doc no value on turn 3 after you have to ink a Pete is like blood in the water. You know what I mean? Like you put a banner up that said, my life is not going well. And you told your opponent, help me.
I agree with you. And now you're hoping for an inkable card off the top that's something low impact that you can put down to Inkwell relatively easily, because now you got to deal with this Hercules coming in next turn, as it looks like we are going to be preparing to get another Junior Woodchuck guidebook down to the Inkwell. We'll send that Hercules out. So here is problems. Is Vanellope a hero as well? That's some good
come on.
That's some good synergy as we're questing for 7 now for Aiden, or questing up to 7.
Vanellope is a hero, and we're gonna say, let's see, yeah. Can you read the card to us, sir? Please, thank you. Yeah.
I love how Dad's got to step in and help with the situation there.
Absolutely.
I love that. Family. This is a family affair, as we're all in this together. But man, this is brutality incarnate. I have never, and I think oh no, color, it happened. Another uninkable card. No cool. Way. Not like this.
I would like to formally complain about Angelina's deck
Yeah,
at this point because I wanted to see a match, and we are seeing what oh no, like her hand on her head. She's
I
not
feel
like
so
this.
bad.
Because this is the thing is Aiden is popping off. This is what this deck wants to do. 1, 2, 3 here, like 2 heroes into a Hercules, like drawing this and not having to ink your good cards just to get to this Hercules. I mean, this is amazing. I want to see this deck pop off because you can't
Yeah,
strength of a raging fire that Hercules. You can't do anything against it. And so Aiden is like bringing out what this deck wants to do. And Angelina's deck is being really rude right now because
I.
inking this strength is not what I want to
Yeah,
happen.
is there a world where you can just send this Diablo in and just gain another card for
I mean,
ink?
we
Oh,
did play the genie, but at the same time, it's like you're gonna need the strength on this. You're gonna need your
you need it.
board.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we don't see Elsa coming down next turn to start exerting things and making my life living. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
hopefully,
maybe we jinxed. I think we had to have some jinx there because I was like, hey, they always have it so consistent, and then you just get the biggest, most
oh,
massive
she's
brick I've
tilted.
ever seen, and this is just insane unlucky for Angelina, who is out here. She's trying to represent herself well. She's representing her region well, but sometimes you're gonna break. It's gonna happen. You just gotta kind of try to roll with it as much as you
Yeah.
can, and that is just super unfortunate. And you're just gonna try to gain a little bit of lore in the process. Getting
Oh
yourself up is
no,
it's important to try to stay as composed as you can in these
it's gonna
terrible
be so
situations. But
bad
it feels horrible for Angelina to come through
because
and have
we're
it like this.
about to ink this dragon, play Headless Horseman, pop the Madam Mim,
Oh,
probably
and
the
you're losing
genie.
everything. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
losing
the whole
everything, man. You're
yeah,
losing it
it's
all.
all
It's all gone. It's all gone. It's gone.
yeah.
And it's gone for free too, because Vanellope and Hercules combination is just
And
like
Sisu,
and
they're all
Sisu.
3 heroes, so
Yeah,
nobody's taking any damage. And then you could just quest with the Palace Guard, or we could just
or just
send
quest
it
it out
on.
and don't even worry about anything you got going on, because now you can't crack back because Hercules is going to be
No,
able to
so
protect.
you do. I was about to say you take out Hercules first because Hercules makes he only can take damage in a challenge. So what
I
you would
mean,
do is you
why even
crack.
challenge? Like, I'm talking just questing with everybody. Don't even worry about what they're doing over there and just gain that lore and just move on.
No, just because again, if they go ahead and draw like another strength or something like that, you can end up doing some things here and there. But now what we've done is taken out the power to where cracking back on the Hercules is going to be a lot more difficult because we only
Yeah,
have 2 challenging strength, and that's the only way to get rid of that card. You have to challenge into him to get rid of him. And
yeah.
at this point, you're challenging for free, so you might as well just clean up the board and get active, get busy, and just get going.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
just 10, and you're on your way. And I just think that this is just too much motion over here from Aiden's
Yeah.
side. As you get into the Tinkerbell Fast Flyer, better late. It's too late here, I think, for what she's
Yeah.
trying to do. Because now, even if you get her onto the board, you got to fear another Headless Horseman. You got to fear an Elsa.
Elsa actually is pretty good with Madame Mim Skater because we can fly in and challenge that Hercules and get him off the board with the
You get
Elsa.
him, it will be a trade though,
I
and
mean, though it's
is
absolutely a trade, but at the point we don't know that there's a Dumbo in hand. It's
yeah.
fine. It's
I
not
mean, because
over.
that's a one. You're going 1 for 1, and you're already down. You just got so much lore pressure on the board. I think you kind of have to do it because you can't really do anything else. It's Hercules really proving why he is a phenomenal card, great design. Sorry for hating on Hercules so bad, but
He's so
he is
good.
he is actually super good, especially in this exact scenario. Because Elsa taking down something for a plus here would be much better, and then coming back over in the next turn and maybe getting another 1 for 1 trade. But going 1 for 1 in this spot has to feel quite miserable for Angelina, who is really still contemplating this inking decision here.
So we go one. Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing too, is like, okay, the Dumbo, I can't remember. It's a fast flyer. I'm not really sure if I want the fast flyer because that's just ink.
Hmm.
This is just that's just one strength at this point, and we're gonna have to do a lot of battling. So again, throwing in this Elsa and then chucking that into the Hercules, getting rid of that. And I think even then, maybe I want to take the Vanellope with the Mim. I mean, like I
But
don't want to
you
not
can't
have a
because
board.
she's evasive too. You
Oh
can't even
gosh.
touch her.
Oh,
Yeah, so that's just
rough.
another issue, and it just kind of it's just really hard because you have all these uninkable cards in your hand. You can't even play around the Sisu. So Sisu is sitting at a solid 5 right now, and there's really nothing you can do. Oh, you can get after the Headless Horseman. I forgot
I'm
he was
taking
even
that
on the board.
Hercules. Because I mean, unfortunately, the headless horseman is acting like a Lumiere. So like every time something gets banished, all your stuff gets bigger. That's
Yeah,
cool, man. All I got is like 3 and 4
yeah, because
willpower stuff up here. I don't mind,
if you do
but
take the Headless Horseman, you can just get cracked by the Vanellope after they quest the Hercules and lose
For
your
free.
for free. Yeah,
For free.
that
So
is
yeah,
so wild.
that
Oh
you got it.
my
That
goodness.
Hercules has to go because Vanellope and
You're
Sisu
right.
being a hero is absolutely devastating because I could do this all day. I'm just cracking into whatever we're cracking into, and it is we're gonna take the headless horseman. No, I mean I get it
Yeah.
too because you get to keep your Elsa for now.
For now, unless you had, it would be nicer to because that trade back, that back trade is just going to be so brutal. Maybe there's a world where Angelina may not realize that Vanellope is a hero.
Yeah.
I didn't know Vanellope was a hero. I didn't register Vanellope being a hero until literally right now. And then we got the
Oh.
perfect Junior Woodchuck guidebook, and the
Oh, and the
Dumbo is also
Dumbo.
quite good. If you wanted, you could just go ahead and draw another card, but nah, Aiden's like,
We're questing,
we're
and then
sweeping
we're
the leg
throwing
here.
Vanellope into the. Yeah, we're gonna throw the Vanellope
Heads up,
into
man.
the. Yep, and then just go ahead and quest again, and quest again, and quest again, and then we have the way to refill. And again, it's this bricking was just not like that.
Yeah,
Is
that's not fun.
no, it's not.
Nobody
And
nobody wants to sit here and deal with a brick, but it is a part of the game. It does happen. We have that Hades looking for a deal. The deal might be a bit too late as this Madam Mim is standing there alone and unafraid, and you have a ton of lower pips on the board on Aiden's side, and it's looking like Aiden is gearing up for a victory style position here, putting another win in the NA win column so far for the LCCC. NA has been overperforming so far. Let's see if Aiden can complete the drill as victory position is looking imminent. It looks like Angelina might be having to throw it up here soon. You can send the Hades,
yeah.
but that's gonna be the quickest 2 cards you've ever seen in your
I
life.
know, right? Yeah, I am late. You looking for a deal? Whatever, fine. Draw your deck. It's fine. Just pass back to me right now. Thank you. I don't even care. Draw 4. Call a judge. I'm winning. Anyway, but yeah, it's again, you kind of have to play the cards that you're dealt, and like we're showing a little bit of tilt here, and it kind of like I don't know, like I want to be like, hey, just go get like a drink and like take a lap, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like your deck did the thing that we all. It's like a nightmare situation.
Right.
That was insane. Like she altered perfectly. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. She threw the dock back. She didn't do the unhinged like play that I would do and keep the dock and end up with 3 docks. No, her deck she just kept drawing into them in the top. I don't know, 4 cards of her deck. So
Yeah, that's
it's
that's
just
kind of that's kind of wild. I mean, and again, if you play this game long enough, that type of thing will happen to you. Like it will
yes.
happen. You're gonna be in a point where you draw unfavorable cards. It just sucks that it happened here live on the LCCC in a game number 3. Of course, you want to have your best showing in a game number 3. But Hades looking for a deal. We're gonna give up those 2 cards almost
and
instantly.
and it's not that you could do anything in it, but it was like, do I have Strength of Raging Fire in my deck? Like,
Yeah.
I know we had to ink one earlier because of the situation that we were in, but Aiden does take it with Ruby Amethyst. I said I wanted Ruby Amethyst to win, not like this, but
Not
we
like
did it.
this, but
Not
it
like
did
this, but we
happen.
did it. Oh,
It did happen, and we got to take them. You take them where we get it. I'm NA
you
biased,
take
but
those.
I'm more of a good game kind of bias as well. But
yeah.
I really enjoyed the way these players have played it. But I believe we're going to get a chance to get over there and meet these Illuminators right now. We can get over to the interview area over in the Discord, and I believe they can meet us there, and we can kind of talk about that match with them. All right. Okay. First, Angelina, are you here? Did Angelina join us as well?
I'm here. Can
Oh,
you hear
wonderful!
me?
I can hear you. I can hear
Yeah.
you, and we have Aiden on the screen as well. If you join the Discord, I see Angelina as well. So let me see if I can do a little double.
Get him in here.
All right, but I just want to say thank you guys both for your participation here in the LCCC. It was very nice to see the matchup. Angelina coming in at late notice, but performing still very well. Unfortunately, it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to due to some unfortunate drawing situations. But I still thought the matches were incredible to see, seeing both of you playing at such a high level. But first, we'll start with Aiden, our winner, who got this thing done in pretty impressive fashion and in a 2-1 victory over your competitor, Angelina. Can you just tell us about this deck? Okay, we know you to play Amber Steel, the aggro deck. You're more of an aggro player, but electing to go more of this mid-range tempo, dare I say, board control route. Why did you play this deck for the LCC today, Aiden?
I mean, it looks really fun. I could use Enchanted Maleficence.
Okay, I like that. I mean, obviously,
honestly.
yeah.
Just
Hercules is like a really fun card when it pops off. If it
Okay.
doesn't pop off, It looks like trash.
Okay, okay. Dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I
Okay,
used to play red blue. That was my main deck, like in the last sets. Definitely not set 9, but like set
okay.
8, set 7,
I
set
know. I
6,
know.
set 5. I played for all those sets. I
And
really like the DKP Ruby Sapphire.
okay, okay. So so you mentioned the Maleficent Dragon. You have Maleficent Dragons in your deck right now. Are those Maleficent Dragons that you won from the last set championship run?
I mean, yeah.
Nice. Flexing on them. I like it. I like it. You got it done today. I thought you played incredibly well. Can you just talk about your deck inspiration? Where'd you get this idea from? Is this something that you built in your testing? You said you noticed that Hercules can be good, but it can be bad. Also, we saw the Headless Horseman was having some great impacts. We saw a very cool Headless Horseman chain, I believe, in that game number 2. He banished the character and then stacked a bunch of strength on the other character, able to do a nice, pretty impactful board clear. Can you just talk about that Headless Horseman card and other cards that perform well for you in this matchup?
I mean, Headless Horseman's really nice because you can banish the genie, as you saw, and it could work on Cindy, so it works on like curve mostly,
Hmm.
and it usually gets the banish effect unless you're playing against some deck that just runs high strength or something like
Nice.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Again, I mentioned Hercules. Really like the card. Just can fail miserably. Uh,
Oh, I mean, yeah, yeah, but that card is again, it's like especially into steel. Like Hercules is pretty good into steel because you're like the only way that you're getting rid of this bad boy is challenging, and go ahead, it's a 5/3. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, when he's bad, he's bad. But come on, he's pretty good.
But sometimes he's definitely a lot better than I thought it would be, just based on how the card came out. But you had to play against Angelina. She's playing Amethyst Steel, and Angelina, I must say that I've seen a lot of Amethyst Steel. Okay, I've seen a lot of people play Amethyst Steel, and I've never seen
yeah,
someone draw quite as bad as you have with Amethyst
Oh,
Steel.
come
Because
on.
I was talking about, I'm
yeah.
serious. I was talking about how, hey, this deck is so consistent because it draws the cards when it needs it. But game 1 and game number 3, you weren't hitting those optimal curves. Is that something that this is? How does it usually go for you when you play Amethyst Steel?
It usually goes very well. I don't know what this. It's not my day, I will say.
Okay.
I play only 10 unincubates and yeah, 3 dogs in
Mhm.
I don't know 4 turns, and I mulligan 1 dog. It's really bad, I think.
Okay, it does happen, but taking nothing away from that, all things being equal in this matchup versus Ruby Amethyst, did you have a lot of time to put testing in? And what are some of the cards that you would want to have in this Ruby Amethyst matchup if you have played it before?
I tested again red purple 1 time,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate the horseman.
Yeah, yeah.
And he hates my beanie, I think so.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, I don't know, a better curve. The second game was good.
Yeah.
Me,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm.
I
And it,
noticed that
can say,
I was noticing, the first game, I don't think you found strength for maybe, I don't know, the whole game it hid from you. The second game, it kind of you really did what you wanted to do. You get like 1, 2, 3, 4
yeah,
strength and kind of, being able to choose between Diablo, or Tinkerbell. That was kind of a wild strength thing that you had to sit there and do, but definitely the game too. And I think even if you watch the playback, I know we were discussing throwing back the dock, and we saw you kind of sitting there within the altar being like, oh, do I keep this or do I throw it back? And JDZ is like, you always throw it back, and I'm insane, I would have kept it. And we were like, you threw it back, you altered properly, you did the way that you're supposed to, and then drawing 2 more docks was just
yeah.
like, it was like, not like this, like I'm just like, Judge, I drew 3 docks, can we start over? So again, like, how did you kind of deal with that moment? Again, it's like, I don't want to put you on the spot, but it's like, oh, like, we're streaming the LCCC and I'm just bricking. Like, were you like tilted off the face of the planet, or were you just like kind of upset? Like, how do you like, I would have flipped a desk, but how were you feeling?
It's okay. My opponent Aiden, he was a very kind person. He is really sweet. It's okay for me. I lost.
So-
It'll be in the finals. It'll
Yeah,
happen. It'll
Yep.
no, seriously. But seriously, we don't want to take too terribly much of your guys' time. I want to thank you so much again, both of you, for your competition and being here in the LCCC. But Angelina, if you can, any special shout outs you want to give to thank any of your testing partners or anyone who helped you get to this spot, the floor is now yours.
Yeah, my testing partner, my team, TSR, Team Secret Rare, from Germany. Yeah, my boyfriend, he helps me a lot with testing and cool me down, and yeah, he is my biggest support. Yeah, and I don't know. Where I come, I get for 5 days. I don't know, for 5 days. Pavel wrote to me if I join the LCCC. Yeah.
There's a lot of C's.
Yeah.
and we all do appreciate you taking the time and coming through, especially in such short notice, and filling in, because it's important. I'm glad that I had a chance to meet you as a great player and coming through, and everyone else watching at home got a chance to know you, and maybe we can see more of Angelina in the future. But we have Aiden here, who is our winner, coming through, getting it done, and moving on to round number 2 of Swiss, undefeated so far. Aiden, any special shout outs you want to give for the world at home watching, or anything that you want to say? The floor is now yours.
I mean, just my family and in my Lorcana community.
Okay. Shout out to the Lorcana community out there, in your family, for supporting you and helping you out and getting to this spot. We can't wait to see what you do next round, Aiden. Keep it rocking and rolling and locked in with the program. But we're going to let you guys both go, so you can go ahead and have the rest of your evening to yourself. Aiden, I'm sure you got some homework or something that you need to be doing, some Lunchables. You got it done? Okay, right on. That's what I'm talking about. And huge shout out to you. Huge shout out to your parents for their help and supporting you and allowing you to be here and supporting the LCCC. So thank you both so much. And for that, we're going to go ahead and wrap back up to the booth and close down the show. All right, and that is going to conclude this episode of the LCCC. Round number 1, Aiden is going to take that down, and he's going to be moving on undefeated in Swiss. But Angelina went down this time, but she can continue to go on and have some great effects in the rest of this tournament. There's a lot left. But Color's Law, as we wrap the show up, any shout-outs that you want to give for the viewers at home?
Yeah, just shout out to you for, kind of having and doing all this broadcasting at the same time. I know it's fun to kind of do what you're doing and making sure you're doing 17 things at once. It's always fun to watch you clicking buttons. And then shout out to Pavel and the judges and everybody else that's, kind of making sure that this is going, because I think this is a great thing to be able to introduce to EU players and NA players and get us all mixing in the same situation, so we can just kind of get more out there, just more Disney Lorcana. I don't know, shout out to that too. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And guys, make sure you check out Color's Law on Allies on the Other Side on YouTube. Her link will be in the description. And while you're down there, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm JDZ. I'm on a quest. Shout out to the real and salute to your G's. Peace.